Keywords are that magic piece that get your items found in search results and sold. But you might be wondering what keywords you can use when it comes to men's clothing items. And I'm going to help you out in this video. I'm going to uncover the very best keywords to be using in your listings when it comes to selling used clothes on sites like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, etc. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. My name is Lee Meyer. I'm a stay-at-home mom of four, and I've made well over $100,000 flipping used clothes and other items on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And now I'm on a mission to help at least 1,000 resellers be able to hit that $100,000 mark out for themselves. I've got a ton of free goodies for you to help you get there. You'll find them down here in the description below this video. This is where you'll find things like my best brands list, the list of 150 brands that has led me to the $100,000 mark and beyond. You'll also find a link to sign up for my $100,000 reseller challenge. In this free challenge, I show you exactly how to hit $100,000 for yourself this year and how to do it in very minimal time in part-time hours. In that free challenge, you're also going to discover the very best things to be selling right now in today's market. All right, so today's topic is all about keywords when it comes to men's clothing items. If you're not sure what keywords are, they're the things that get your listings found in search results. It is what search engines are looking for. It's what buyers are typing in when they're looking to buy certain items. If you're missing keywords, it's likely that your items aren't even getting shown in search results and they're not getting in front of the right people. This could explain a lot of the reason why you might not be seeing as many sales as you would like to. If you want to learn more about the actual use of keywords in your listing, about using them in titles and descriptions, I do have a video I will link to up here that walks you through exactly how and where to use those keywords. But for the topic of this video, we're specifically going to be looking into keywords when it comes to men's clothing items. The keywords that we're specifically going to be looking at in this video and talking about are aesthetic, style-based keywords. And of course, there are physical keywords as well, like long sleeve and V-neck and collared. All of those are keywords, but they're physical keywords. For this video, we're going to be talking specifically about aesthetic style keywords. All right, this first aesthetic that we're going to look at keyword is rockabilly. Now, I did search men's rockabilly. I am looking on eBay, but these keywords will apply to whatever platform that you're selling on. And then I did pull up sold items, and I do have a minimum price point put in here of about $29. So these are all, over that price point. And rockabilly is really kind of a aesthetic from the 50s, and it can cover a lot of different items like jackets, especially where you're going to see it. And they do have a little bit of maybe a Western look to them. So there's always overlap when it comes to these keywords, and you feel free to use more than one keyword. I would recommend using 3 to 5 keywords for each of your listings. This is an example of a rockabilly style jacket. And this is a brand that's called Scully. And there's the tag there. They make lots of items that are this style. There's what that jacket looks like. You're going to see with this aesthetic, a lot of details like what you're seeing up here at the top, as well as these kind of points. That's very common with the rockabilly theme. And this jacket sold for almost $90. And then this is a pair of shoes where that term rockabilly was used. And I think it fits these shoes really well. So you're seeing rockabilly and then creeper. That's another keyword. Those sold for about $80. The next aesthetic that we're going to talk about when it comes to men's fashion, this one also applies to women's. And this one is called Blokecore. It's a little bit hard to describe. So I'm going to show you some pictures of this. But this look is really built around jerseys and then baggier pants. So you're seeing some shorts there, some pants there, and then athletic style shoes of what you're seeing here in these pictures. That's really common for what this look. And again, this can apply to women's fashion as well. It's going to have that same exact look. And then as far as the sales go, this can apply to things like jackets. It can apply to wide leg pants. It can apply to jerseys. And so this is an example of an Adidas jersey where they use this keyword, and that jersey sold for $80. You're seeing it here in the title. And then this is just a plain Adidas jersey. It's not any sort of team, special team. There's what that tag looks like. It is an older item that is made in the USA. And then that one sold for $40. This next keyword is art deco, and this can apply to quite a few men's items, especially ties and other items like maybe belt buckles. I'm seeing there's a belt buckle right there. There's some pocket squares that this applies to. So just some different items when it comes to men's clothing. Again, you're seeing another tie there. And this is a pocket square. This one sold for $78, but it definitely has art deco going on. You're going to see that there in the title. And then this is a button-up shirt where that keyword art deco is used. And here's the tag Alan Stewart, and that one sold for $180. This next aesthetic is military, and of course this can apply to actual military items or just items that have sort of a military look for them, like a jacket here, that's a J. Crew, or pants as well if they have sort of a military, maybe cargo pockets, and just have that kind of military look. And then I like to always pull out sales like this where it's just an ordinary brand. This one's American Eagle, pair of shorts, but they did use that military keyword on these. These are just cargo shorts, and you'll see their military cargo shorts there in the title. That one sold for almost $50. This is a similar one, Abercrombie and Fitch, and this jacket with that fur trim around the collar, that one sold for $135. Again, there's lots of these keywords, and they're really the magic behind getting your items found in search results and sold. And I know it can be hard to remember a lot of these keywords on the spot as you're typing up listings. So I do have a very helpful resource that is a poster. I'm going to link to it over here, but that can make writing up your titles, descriptions super simple, super fast, and be able to get your items in front of the right buyers. This next aesthetic is Western. And of course, this is going to apply to a lot of boots, but it's going to also apply to a lot of other items like vests, jackets, button-up shirts, and a couple items to show you here. This is a more vintage jacket. David James, I believe, is the brand of that one. So they used Southwest as well as Western there in the title, and then that one went for $60 with one bid on it. And then a pair of Western boots. And of course, there's lots of really amazing boot brands when it comes to Western cowboy style boots, but there's also lots of just kind of no name, maybe smaller companies, and they can still sell for quite a bit. So you're seeing Western and cowboy, that pair of boots sold for $75. And this is a Wrangler men's button-up shirt. There's the tag there. Definitely a vintage tag on this one. It's also got some horses across the front, which is kind of interesting. So this is a Western snap shirt. You're seeing there Western as well as Southwest cowboy and Aztec. That one sold for $83. This next aesthetic is Grandpacore, and this is really about kind of just coziness, sweaters, sweater vests, even some jackets. And I have actually a jacket to show you. We're going to look at some sweaters first. This is a brand that's called Tundra out of Canada. There's what the sweater looks like. It's definitely a little bit on the Coochie style, with which they did not put in their title, but they did have Grandpacore as well as Cabincore, and then that one sold for almost $100. And then this is a Irish brand, J.L. Powell. And this is a cardigan button up, and that one sold for $50 with that keyword Grandpacore. This is another cardigan here. This is called Pringle Sports. It is 100% wool. It says made in British Hong Kong, which is interesting. And then that is what that one looks like with those pockets. That's very reminiscent of this Grandpacore style. And again, they use Grandpacore as well as Cabincore, and that one sold for $165. This next one is the jacket that I mentioned that goes with that Grandpacore look. Again, it's got those pockets there across the front. And let me see if I can get a tag photo on this one. I'm not sure what's going on my computer. So Zero King is what this one is called. And then that is a US brand made in the USA. That one sold for $50 with that keyword Grandpacore. If you're looking for really solid brands when it comes to men's clothing, then you're going to want to check out my Big Money Brands men's guide. It's well over 150 different brands, complete with done-for-you research. You even get all of those photos of the tags so you know exactly what to look for. I will link to that over here. The next aesthetic that we're going to be looking at is Varsity. And this is one that can be used for some different features on materials like stripes that you're seeing here in that cardigan sweater. sweater, as well as Varsity style lettering. This is a pair of sweatpants from Ralph Lauren. It's got some Varsity lettering down the leg, and that pair sold for $80. This is a jacket from Steve and Barry's. That's what the tag looks like there. It's a bomber, and it's got just that H there on the front chest, as well as hickory on the back. That one, you're seeing bomber as well as Varsity. That one sold for $75. This is from Bum Equipment. There's what the tag looks like there, and that's a jacket, and it has those stripes around the collar, the bottom, as well as the cuffs. It says Bum there on the front, and that one sold for $50. The next aesthetic is called Gorpcore. Now, Gorp is the trail mix that people eat when they're out for a hike. And that's where this aesthetic got its name. So it's really all about the outdoors, the outdoor look. And you're going to see, everything from shoes, vests, pants, pullover, fleece pullovers, shirts, anything that has that kind of outdoorsy look to it. So everything you're seeing here are really good examples of that Gorpcore. There's even a bag there with Gorpcore in that. That's diesel. I want to point that out for a second because that one sold for $90. This is a vest from Nautica. So there's the tag for you. And then there is what that vest looks like. It has all those cargo pockets there on the front. And then that one sold for almost $60 with that Gorpcore keyword. This is from Columbia. This is just kind of their basic older style of jacket. And then that one sold for $35 with Gorpcore there in the title. This is from Cabela's. This is a down vest. And then that one sold for about $40, again, using that Gorpcore keyword. And a couple pairs of pants to be able to show you. This is from Aeropostale, so you can see it's an older tag with this item. They're actually what are called parachute pants. So you can see that here in the title, parachute, as well as Gorpcore and Y2K. Those sold for $30. And then this is a brand that's called Grunge. This is a really good brand when it comes to vintage items. So Grunge, you'll also see USA there. And then this one, pair of pants, that's what that looks like. That one sold for $30 using those keywords of Gorpcore and then Y2K. If you're looking for more vintage items, I've got you covered in my vintage guide. I will leave a link to here. It goes into 150 different brands and items to be on the lookout for. This next one is one of my favorites, and this is a keyword called Thrashed because there's some crazy things selling. And this is basically a mashup of thrifted and trashed shoved together and called Thrashed. And I'm going to show you some of these items. We're going to take a look at that one too, because that is crazy for how there's more holes in this, I think, than shirt, right? You can see that's basically completely torn apart. The neckline is barely there. There's not even really a tag to be able to show you with this one, but that sold for $90. Again, not sure even what brand that is. This is a pair of Carhartt. There's lots of Carhartt selling with this keyword. It's got, definite stains. There's the tag there for you on that one. Definite stains as well as paint. And then that one sold for $50. It is a union made item, so you can see that on the back of the tag on the item. But I wanted to show this jacket because there's lots of Carhartt jackets selling as well, but this is actually a JCPenney brand jacket that just kind of has that similar look to Carhartt. Not the best picture there of the tag, and obviously has paint on it. That one sold for $70. You're seeing that keyword there in the title of Thrashed. This is another example. Again, I could go on and on with Carhartt, but this is from the brand Lee. And there's a patch on these jeans as well as holes, all kinds of paint, all kinds of stains. And there was a best offer accepted. They were listed at $130, but I went ahead and looked that up and they sold for $90, which is kind of crazy considering the brand and the condition that they're in. This is actually one of the high profit keywords that you're going to find inside of the keywords that sell guide. This has 80 keywords in it, but then it has specific ones where there's high profit, where items are selling for crazy amounts just based off of keywords like this. So I'm going to link to that over here if you're interested in finding out those other high profit keywords. This next keyword is Aviator. This works really well for jackets. And then of course, sunglasses like what you're seeing. And then I have a couple items to show you here. This is a Wilson's leather jacket. It's got some fur there around the neck as well as at the bottom. And then that that jacket sold for $120. This is another bomber kind of aviator style jacket. And this is you can see the brand name there. It's Mirage is what that's called. Definite bomber style with this jacket. And then that one sold for almost $70. And you're seeing the keywords here in the title of, bomber, of course, as well as aviator, motorcycle. I'm not sure, if it technically fits in that steampunk. I probably wouldn't have used that keyword. Definitely aviator. This next one is goth or gothic, and this can fit a lot of different items. This is definitely a dark look. There's also lots of band tees selling with this. If you scroll on through here, you're going to see Led Zeppelin, a lot of different bands that are selling. And I wanted to show you this one. This is called Hybrid Apparel, and I actually went ahead and looked up this brand, but this is just a hoodie zip up, and that one sold for $114. So I went ahead and looked up this brand to see what else is selling. Here's another one that sold for $100. It's got a skull there on the front. And some more sales down here for kind of just a random brand, but definitely a Y2K look to those. And then Gothic could be a good keyword to fit items like that. You don't have to go with that brand, but if you come across, other brands that have this kind of similar look of hoodies or zip up jackets, go ahead and pick them up. And if you have the right keywords like Gothic, definitely Y2K, go ahead and throw those in. And there's a demand for these types of items. This is a brand that's really kind of based around the Gothic look. And it's called Trip NYC. So this is an example of a pair of shorts. You're going to see a lot of metal hardware with these, those loops there, as well as chains. Those are just some examples of the types of metal hardware you'll see with this. But this sold for $130. This is a really solid brand for men as well as women. This next aesthetic-based keyword is what is called Normcore. And so I had looked this up a while back, and I think that the definition said something like an ode to the everyday person, the normal person. And these are just kind of normal everyday clothes is what this aesthetic is all based around. You're seeing, a lot of solids, some stripes, but just kind of basic items is what I would call them. This is a pair of jeans from the Gap, a little bit older pair of jeans. I see a little bit of wear in the knee, and then that one sold for $29 using Normcore there in the title. A quick reminder that eBay, as well as other platforms, do also search the description, so make sure you put keywords in your descriptions as well. This is a sweater from American Eagle. There's the tag there, a little bit older style tag, and just a basic striped shirt. That one sold for $30 using the keywords nautical, which is also a really good keyword, as well as academia, and then Normcore. This is a pair of just jeans, and that one sold. This is from Joe's Jeans. Let me see if I can get the brand tag there for you. That one sold for $30 using the keywords preppy, Normcore, as well as dad. This next aesthetic that we're going to look at is hipster, and this can cover a huge variety of different types of looks, different types of items. So I did pull up some examples for you here of hipster style outfits. So you can see that there's just this huge variety of different items that you could actually use this keyword for, and it would fit. But this is really about looking different than normal. Of course, a lot of people are looking different than normal, so they're end up all looking the same. But this is really kind of the opposite of Normcore. This is a really good example of some prints here. Here's a sweater here. So these are things just different than maybe normal. This pair of jeans does work with the look, even though it could maybe go along with that Normcore, where it's just maybe a normal pair of jeans, but if it's paired with the right outfit, then it could have that hipster look to that. So this is from the brand Diesel, and then those sold for $39. This is a sweater that could also use that grandpa core keyword with it, but it's a good reminder that there is a lot of overlap. There's no necessarily right or wrong when it comes to keywords, and again, I recommend using 3 to 5 keywords with every listing. So there's that sweater. And then that one sold for $30 using that keyword hipster. And then plaid and flannel really go well with that hipster look. So I'd go ahead and use that for any shirts like this that are, a button up. This is from LL Bean, and then that one sold for $35. LL Bean's a really solid brand. If you're looking for brands that sell quickly, then you're going to want to look at my fastest selling brands guide. I'm going to leave a product card over here for that if that's something that you're interested in. The next aesthetic is skater, and this works really well for a lot of pants, shorts, anything that's baggy, that's going to be a really good keyword for those. And you can certainly use it for shirts. You're seeing a couple different shirts in here where they did use that keyword. This is a pair of Levi's men's jeans. They're a 505, and then those sold for $56 using that keyword here of skater. And then this is a brand that I'm not familiar with. Renewin possibly is what these are. Definitely baggy, and it got a few holes in them. Those sold for $50 with that skater keyword. And then this is the brand Stussy. These are just a basic pair of shorts. It looks like they've got a little bit of a pinstripe there on them. And then those sold for $60. And this one doesn't actually even have a brand tag that was taken a picture of. So I'm going to assume that it's kind of just a random brand. Definitely wide leg. It's got those stars going on, as well as some fraying and distressing. And then those sold for $50. They did put Jinko style, but they're not Jinko brand. And then this is a pair of shorts. It's called Woo Wear. There's the tag there for you. And then this is what the shorts look like. They're pretty well, worn, frayed. And then those sold for $80 with the keyword skater as well as Jinko, which could be a little bit on the keyword spamming side of using another brand because it's not that brand. This is a really interesting one. This is actually a sale from today as I'm filming this video, and this is Faded Glory. And this is what the jeans look like, wide leg, baggy, and then those sold for $45 for a Walmart brand. This next aesthetic is the biker aesthetic, and we could actually kind of clump this all together with motorcycle as well as moto. The eBay search engine is actually smart enough, so if I type in biker, it's actually going to bring back listings where the term moto or motorcycle is used because they're all related, and it knows that if somebody's looking for biker, they're probably also looking for, say, example, this one here where it says motorcycle. They may also be interested in any listings where it says motorcycle in the title. This is an example of a Wilson's leather biker style jacket. There's the tag there, and then that one sold for $65. This is a pair of boots, and of course there's lots of Harley Davidson selling with these keywords, but I did pick some other maybe less obvious ones. This is UGG, the brand UGG, and then you can see that they used moto boots, and they may have used some more here in the theme. So good reminder that those item specifics, those are keywords. So fill out as much of those as you can. It says biker as well as motorcycle, and then for some reason college. I'm not exactly sure how that one fits, but that one sold for $90. And another pair of shoes here, you're seeing that buckle across that, so that's why moto or motorcycle or biker, it works well for this pair of shoes. And then those sold for $110, and those are from the brand Diesel. This next keyword is grunge, and this kind of all started from Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. We're going to take a look actually at that t-shirt right there, but this is a keyword that can cover a lot of different items. A lot of these do have a lot of wear, maybe fraying and stains along with them. There's a pair of jeans here. You can see the fraying there. Those sold for $100. This is that Nirvana t-shirt that sold for over $1,200. It is single stitch, so I'm going to get a sleeve shot here to be able to show you what a single stitch looks like. It's a little bit different than modern day construction of garments. There's the tag, and then there's what that t-shirt looks like, $1,250. So I had to show that one. This is a really good one that fits with that grunge look. This is from a brand that's called Territory. It's a jacket. That one sold for about $34. This is a good example where the seller actually used the keywords in the description rather than the title, but it still pulls those keywords when buyers are searching. So they used hipster, grunge, outdoor, 80s, classic, 90s, and retro. Really good example of choosing keywords that fit and not spamming. Spamming is only going to hurt your ranking and search results. So don't include a huge list of keywords. Only include the ones that actually apply. This is a t-shirt from a brand that's called Bad Boy. There's what that shirt looks like. And that one sold for about $40. And then this is a more modern item, not a vintage item, from an Urban Outfitter brand called BDG. And you can see that it's got some holes, some ripping there, fraying. That one sold for $48 using that keyword down here in the description of grunge. This is another good jacket that fits with that grunge look. It has a little bit of kind of staining, darkening to this. It's called Duck's Back. And this one did have a best offer accepted. This brand is selling well. I did look more into this brand, but I looked up this item specifically. There's a little bit of discrepancy here just because of the apostrophe. So it looks a little bit different, but it's that same exact item. And it's showing that the sold price was actually $70. So it is very possible that a buyer offered 70. I've even had buyers offer over the best offer price. So it does look like that it did sell for that full asking price. Now, if you're looking for brands that are the most profitable, I've actually taken my big money brands library and then compiled the highest dollar items, highest dollar brands inside of this most profitable brand guide. I'm going to link to that over here. This next aesthetic is a little bit more obvious one, and this is the Hawaiian or Aloha. You'll often see those terms used interchangeably. Surfer can be another really good keyword to use with these items. This is a Lands End men's button-up shirt that has that Hawaiian look, Aloha look. That one sold for $30. This is a Paradise Found. It does say Hawaii on it, so that's a good reminder anytime you see Hawaii on a tag or made in Hawaii. That's a good indication that that item's going to sell for a little bit more money. That one went for $40. And then this is an Ocean Pacific men's button-up Hawaiian shirt. There's what that looks like. And then that one sold for $35. The next keyword is Y2K. This one is huge right now, trending so big for both men as well as women. And I could spend so much here because there's just so many different styles. I actually do have a video where I go in depth to all of the different styles within Y2K. I'm going to link to that up here. But there's so many different styles. You're going to see baggy wide leg jeans. You're going to see graphic tees. You're going to see different types of jackets, different types of sweaters, all different sorts of things that are selling that have that Y2K look. And I go through in that video how to be able to recognize those and identify them, because they can be some really profitable items. So this is a t-shirt here. It's got a skeleton and flames on it, which was big from that era. This is from No Fear, which is a Y2K brand that's really trending right now. And this t-shirt sold for almost $120. This is a zip-up hoodie from the brand Echo, which is a Y2K brand that is trending. If you're interested in more Y2K specific brands, I'm going to link to that up here, but that one sold for $50. And then this is from Polo Ralph Lauren. This is just kind of a rugby style shirt, but really a lot of these rugby shirts are selling. It really does fit with that Y2K look. You're going to see that there in the title. And that one sold for $50. I hope this video was helpful to you, and then you're able to maybe go in and tweak some of the listings that you already have and are able to make more sales that way. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing to the channel. I've got lots more amazing content headed your way related to reselling that you're not going to want to miss out on. If you're looking for even more of those style-based keywords, I'm going to link to a video up here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next video soon.